Today's programming is presented by WETA members.
And now, a WETA viewer favorite.
American cuisine and American culture have been enriched for decades by the unmistakable voice and the presence of Julia Child.
I'm growing lettuce today. I'm a French chef.
This broadcast of Cooking for Julia is made possible through the generosity of Evian Natural Spring Water. Evian, your natural source of youth.
Just around the corner from Georgetown University is 1789 Restaurant. One reviewer observed that patrons here find famous faces dining in quiet splendor. Well, tonight, the most famous face in food is coming to dinner. Julia Child is a living legend. What happens when you have to cook for a legend? Here at 1789, award-winning chef Riz Lacoste has been chosen by the American Institute of Wine and Food to do just that.
I've cooked for Julia a number of times, and I adore her to death, and I am thrilled and honored to be doing this. And I just wanted to share that with my staff and as many people as I can.
When we found out, we were like, wow. We've been asking Riz that every day. Can we please meet Julia?
And we knew that Julia would be coming. It was around her birthday.
She is an icon. She has changed the restaurant business in America forever, and certainly for the better.
She's just very natural, you know, dropping things and sticking her fingers in the dough. And
I can remember when I was a kid, on black and white TV watching Julia Child, and I think it's one of the coolest things that I've been associated with.
In the past year, we've been working on this, and it's all affiliated with her kitchen opening at the Smithsonian.
We're very excited, and we're very excited that there's going to be an exhibit to show her life's work, which is her kitchen and what she did there.
Before Julia Child came along, no one imagined it could be so interesting to watch a meal being prepared.
Well, that didn't go very well.
The reason, of course, is Julia herself. Her friendly way, her engaging conversation, and her eagerness to teach.
I'm Julia Child. Welcome to The French Chef and the first show on our series on French cooking. I'm absolutely delighted that the Smithsonian is taking my kitchen, and if it will encourage anyone to go into the profession and illustrate the joys of cooking and the pleasures of the table, I'm absolutely delighted. And I'm so proud of the Smithsonian itself, and I'm very proud to be in it.
That's what happens when you become a Smithsonian artifact. Suddenly one day it's got butter all over it, and the next day it's something where you put on white gloves and little white socks to go into the kitchen. It's something that we have to take care of now. That's part of the legacy.
The opening of her exhibit at the Smithsonian was a Washington homecoming for Julia and her kitchen, for it was in Georgetown, amid its bustling streets, federal townhouses, and cosmopolitan cafes, that Julia and Paul Child lived in the 1940s and 50s. And it was in this house that they first installed the Big Garland, Julia's enormous 6-burner commercial range that moved with them to Cambridge, Massachusetts, where Julia brought French cooking to the small screen. And here, not far from her old house, on the very night her kitchen was open to the public, Julia celebrated a personal milestone, her 90th birthday, with a Georgetown dinner. As anyone who's ever thrown a party knows, getting things ready is no small task. But when you're throwing a party for the most famous cook in America at your restaurant, the to-do list can be mind-boggling. There's cleaning, designing the menus, baking the bread, setting the tables, making sure the staff's in place, and making sure they look sharp.
I have the jackets. They're so excited. They are so beautiful. Come and see them.
But isn't this great? This is an evening with Julia.
All the chefs are going to wear them, and all be lined up to greet Julia and welcome her into the restaurant. So.
All right, we'll have to give you the pointers, all right? Seat must be down. Blinds must be turned so that they're not this way where people from the street can see them. Make sure the soap is full. Make sure you have plenty of towels. Make sure everything is as it should be.
Chefs don't just cook. They can have as many meetings as your average CEO. Meetings with the event planner, meetings with the manager, meetings with the owner. And after inspecting the bar
You guys ready to roll? Bar looks great.
and tasting the food,
Wanted you to try it out.
All right. More caviar, less cream.
there's a moment of peace
I'm gonna have a glass of wine. I'm getting nervous.
before it's time for more meetings.
So thrilled that you're all here. This is a great night for us. We're cooking for Julia. So we're having 4 or 5 different events all weekend, and the big dinner is here tonight at 1789.
This is a big dinner, a big fundraiser. You know, you have to serve the lamb, you know, and the caviar and the lobster, and so that's what I'm doing.
The first course is going to be in soup bowls. It is we're calling it a summer gathering. It's soft-shell crab, lobster, and scallop.
And a lot of it is dictated by Shalone in the sense that Rob Farver, he's a friend, and he's the one I asked, you know, can Shalone do the wines for this dinner? And he said absolutely. And but he wants to do his Pinot Noirs, which is duck.
The second course is going to be duck, which is going to be a little tedious, and we're just going to have to work at it. But
And he says, and we're doing the cab with your lamb.
the lamb is our rack of lamb that we do tons of every night. And then meanwhile, John Guattari and his crew will be out here setting up 160 cheese plates with 9 different cheeses. The whole crew, I mean, everyone, including us, we will stay in the dining room and all sing happy birthday to Julia. There'll be a candle on every dessert, so every person will have matches to light their own candle, and we'll all sing happy birthday, okay? So once we've served dessert, we are done. Hey, I see you. We're going to serve the Rio Sec, which we do not have in the house. We just found out the 2 cases of Rio Sec they sent from California. They're a dry Rio Sec.
Well, the Rio Sec
Bordeaux. So the glitch of the evening, and I'm sorry to report. But wait, Rob Farver's on his way over, so. When it came time to chill the whites, and we opened up the Chateau Rio Sec, which was supposed to be a Sauterne, which is sweet dessert wine. And it was Chateau Rio Sec was a Bordeaux Sec. It was a dry white wine. We like the dessert wine is not here. So I immediately got on the phone to Rob Farver of Shalone, who's a dear friend and who had arranged for all of the wines, and told him, I said, Rob, we don't have the Sauterne, we have Bordeaux Sec. And he says, Riss, I am on my way. Obviously, lamb chops to the front of the person. I don't know what the duck is going to look like exactly. I assume just duck to the front of the person. And the stew will tell you as we create it, you know, how we want it presented to the guests, okay? Remember, quiet in the kitchen. Those of you who don't know, it's going to be crazy, hectic, very difficult to do. The reduction. But I would put it before the shallots.
Yes.
I put a little brown sauce on the crouton, then the mayo, and then the meat, and then more brown sauce, and then the onions, and I think we'll be in heaven. All right. There's a case coming from Calvert Woodley and a case coming from MacArthur Liquor of Chateau Rio Sec. So just the couriers will be coming to bring that over, so just to look for that, okay? Okay, we're just making sure these people have something to drink. Okay? No matter if it's early or not, whatever. I was making sure that every single detail was taken care of, from the seating chart to making sure everything was in place and everything tasted fabulous. You have salt?
What do you want to put in the menu display outside?
I wanted to say we are closed for a very special evening, dinner, an evening, for a very special evening with Julia Child. We'll have a raw bar, oysters, and crab claws and shrimp coming from the Old Ebbitt Grill.
and our shuckers will be there. We'll be serving hors d'oeuvres. We're serving little baby BLTs, mini BLTs, open face. They're going to be delicious. And caviar, lobster and caviar canopies. And people are just going to receive. Julia's arriving about 6:45. People are just going to mingle and talk and visit with Julia for about 45 minutes. And then we'll do a video presentation on clips of great Julia moments.
The evening began with a reception held next door in the restaurant's Art Deco lounge, known as F. Scott's.
I am so happy for this moment. As a restaurateur, the curtains are up. And once the curtains are up, the show goes on, and there is no going back. And all the year of planning and preparation, all the anxiety is all upon us. The moment has arrived.
Okay, we're all ready. We're on hold, everybody, so just be patient. Julia's not here, but she's due to arrive any minute.
Seeing Julia walk into that room and just, my idol, and she's in my house, and our staff is there cooking for her, and her devotees, her friends. The room is filled with friends of Julia. The curtains go up in my life every single night, 6 o'clock. At the stage, the curtains go up, the party's on. This was a big party for me.
I'm already the weak fish in month's clothing. Chicken sisters, Miss Broiler, Miss Fryer, Miss Roaster, Miss Caponette, Miss Stewart, and old Nottingham Hen.
There's my hat.
And fried up with some onions, a little snack, or if you have a number of livers, you can make a lovely liver puffin, or perhaps a delicious liverwurst, which you can spread on a cracker, a Ritz cracker, a whole key.
As the reception drew to a close and the dinner hour approached, the cooks lined up in their new chef coats, forming a culinary honor guard and giving Riss a chance to fulfill her promise to let the staff meet Julia.
I was a nervous wreck. Pins and needles and, okay, let's go, let's get on with it, let's start. I knew the night was long, but the energy was so intense and so high. We're going 200 miles an hour, and it just, it was just huge. It was huge. Thank you all very, very much. You've touched me. Thank you.
All right, Julia's on her way out.
I wanted Julia to come to 1789 so my staff could cook for her, and to see my staff all lined up in our jackets, our special jackets. And it was the moment that she loved the most. And that was wonderful.
Okay, everybody in the kitchen. Thank you. Woo! Sorry.
Okay, there's cooks against the wall, and there's a line up right here serving and a line here serving. It has to be, and the food down the middle. We got to have 2 lines going, or we'll never get through the night.
Happy birthday, Julia.
Beautiful golden sear on those. I called it a summer gathering, is the name of the dish, because it's lobster and New Bedford sea scallop and Chesapeake soft-shell crab. And I'm doing a great carrot, nice carrots from the garden. I'm just making a really, really great carrot mussel, saffron, and cream broth, and little aioli, and it's going to be, I think.
Make sure these plates are hot. Rotate them around a little bit, spread them out. Okay, we need a couple of minutes. Aioli, I need another tube, aioli. So we each have one on each side. Somebody go find out Stephanie Hirsch's sister, okay? Stephanie Hirsch is Julia's assistant.
Table 2 of the head.
Table 2 of the head. Just find out her restrictions of her sister. Ask her if she can have the first course of shellfish. Don't lose your focus. All right, I'm going to do the first one as soon as we get a soft shell. So all of you look up and I'll show you what we're going to do, okay? Okay. And I think we're going to do just sticking out the edge. But watch out with those soft shells. I need Laudemio, please. Louie?
Chris, are you garnishing all or just that side?
No, just my side. Okay. And we're going to put this right there, okay? And that's it. Okay, Laudemio's in your hand. You get Laudemio for me, please. Sure you guys.
Get through there.
Color of the lobster and everything. So if the garnish is too big, trim it. Okay.
No meat, no flour, everything else okay. So you can have shellfish, lobster.
No meat and no flour. Okay, we're gonna need a couple of soft shells, no breading. I need one vegetarian so far. One vegetarian, Louie.
Don't say that too loud.
In Washington, dinner conversation usually revolves around politics, but tonight, the subject was food and Julia's contribution to it.
How did it come that we're here at 1789? You've known Riss for a few years.
Yes, I have. Well, then she offered to give this dinner party because we're all part of the AIWF, the American Institute of Wine and Food. So she very generously offered to give this party. And she puts on a wonderful party, I must say.
As I sat down to talk with Julia, I thought, here's a woman who not only changed what Americans eat,
Welcome to the French chef.
but who created what we now think of as food television.
You used to live on Olive Avenue here in...
We had a house on Olive Avenue about 27th. It was 2706. It was the cutest little house. And that was also before air conditioning. And I can remember in the summertime on a day like this, sitting out in one of those little Georgetown gardens, just sweating away. I don't know how we won the war.
Okay, round 2. I'm trying to make them, I'm doing first of the season pears with the duck and a little bit of ginger, which is just going to be great. I mean, I really, it's going to be wonderful. Okay, duck, pears, chanterelle, Anna, sauce, and savory. Okay, where's the savory? Oh, I have it. I have. Okay, we need on each side. Susan, your duck. Your Chanterelles, why not? And then you're pear. You're Anna. Sauce. We need a sauce person. We gotta move it. You be Anna.
Okay.
You're sauce. Wipe and garnish, and I'll show you sauce. Okay. Okay. It's 10 of 9. We gotta roll. We gotta get lamb out, and we're behind, so we gotta move it. So Anna at 2 o'clock, pear at 10 o'clock. Point up.
8 of those.
Okay, let's go. Pears.
We have no more pears.
We have no pears. Everything came to a dead stop. Absolutely. Everyone stopped. You saw the expression on Michelle, my sous chef's face. Okay, what do we need then? Where's the Johnson? Somebody get Johnson. Okay, give me a knife.
There is no time. Don't put all our hands off in the house. Down here.
Pears are in the liquor. No. Their highs are off though.
Ready? We're looking. Apples? Do we have to have? They're gone. Spade. Somebody get some keys.
They're hard as a rock, those pears. They're not these pears. After this one. How many pears do we have?
Make up pears.
We'll get a peeler.
I got 3 of 11. Are we 11 now?
Yes.
We're good.
We're all set. Yay! Woo! Panic. Crisis averted once again. How about that Pinot Noir?
Let's look at it.
Okay, great job, everybody. Good lesson in not counting. We learn from everything we do, don't we? Yes. So we were all like cracking up in there. So I'm afraid to go upstairs because we had to rush their duck a little bit.
Nobody knew it.
Nobody knew it, exactly. Let me take my glasses off.
Fabulous.
Thank you. Fabulous. Delicious.
Delicious. Absolutely fantastic.
You got them. Oh, the pears. Go good. Good. Well, you enjoy the rest of your dinner. You have a lovely rack of lamb coming, so I hope you enjoy it. My lamb I wrote on the menu, my rack of lamb with Julia's mustard crust. Okay, let's get ready for lamb. We're going to have to really plow this. We're behind about 15 minutes. Who's messing with the rosemary?
Go ahead, Russ. Who's effing?
Most banquet-style dinners are prepared in advance, but that's just not acceptable when you're cooking for Julia Child. Riss put the culinary talent she assembled to work, cooking to order a total of 480 plates for 160 guests in less than 2 hours.
A full ladle of sauce.
Got you, Russ.
Sprig, okay?
Is that what you want?
Yeah. I don't want the sprig straight up. I want it slanted back a little with the bones. Okay, okay, Manassas where Julia is. Make sure all these plates are beautiful.
This one's warm.
As the night went on, Julia began to share her thoughts and her emotions about seeing that kitchen, the kitchen that her husband built in our nation's most famous museum.
I'm delighted to be here, and I wish my husband Paul could see the kitchen.
Is anything out of place?
Not a thing.
Not a thing?
Not a thing. Well, they were very, very careful. They took photographs of everything. They wrote down everything, and every toothpick was cataloged. And I left everything there. All the funny, junky things you have in drawers and so forth is all there.
John Guattari is the corporate chef, and he is the cheese man. He just hunts down great cheeses.
Point Reyes, Farmstead Blue, ashed aged goat's milk cheese, some fresh Camembert cheese from the Hudson Valley in New York, And then we have the Caparel Farms Bannon. It's a wonderful aged goat's milk cheese.
We're downstairs. I just brought up 4 containers. There's a whole other box on the ground. Behind.
Really cooking here.
Yeah, well, we cooked, though. We're done with the cooking. This is the easy part. We're serving. You guys are ready? We're serving. Okay, we're singing. We're going. All waiters back here.
We're making peach cobbler with honey almond ice cream. And the peach is going to be glazed with honey from Toygo Orchards. There's this peach and apple blossom honey that is so delicious. And as the honey almond ice cream will be made with that, and the peaches come from Toygo Orchards. We're going on ice cream. We got to go right now. Julia's walking out the door. We got to go. Okay, let's go. Candles are in. Everybody put candles in. Ice cream down.
We were going to all sing happy birthday. Everyone was going to have a lit candle in front of them, and the entire staff, cooks and all, were going to make their final presentation to Julia. We tested everything. We timed how long the candle took to burn. We timed how long the ice cream took to melt on the warm cobbler. But we never thought about putting a candle into a warm cobbler that it would melt. The wax would melt.
Candles are melting. Candles are melting. I think she was cutting some.
Okay, no candles then. Dip the candles. They're falling off. They're not going to work.
Candles off.
Take candles out.
Candles off.
Just one candle for Julia. You know what? The candle can go in the ice cream, everybody. The candle can go in the ice cream. Let's go back with the candle. No, never mind. No candle. No candle.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Julia. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Julia. Happy birthday to you.
At evening's end, what was most memorable was neither the artistry nor the organization. It was the camaraderie of over 200 people assembled to pay tribute to a legend.
That was a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your graciousness, as always. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Take care. Thanks for everything, staff.
The staff loved it. The guests had a ball. Most importantly, Julia had a great time.
Thank you so much.
You are the queen. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. That was awesome.
How are you?
Really enjoyed it.
I didn't find the pairs, but someone found the pair.
And Julia just autographed it.
This is the man who allowed me to do this tonight.
Bon appetit. Thank you. Good night.
This broadcast of Cooking for Julia was brought to you through the generosity of Evian Natural Spring Water. Evian, your natural source of youth.
Today's programming is presented by WETA members.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you.